Hello, this is Terry with Blade Outdoors, and today I'll be doing a walk around of the Teardrop camper that I built and showing you the different parts and pieces that I used to put it together. So stay tuned and we'll go over my camper. First of all, I did do a build series, and I'll link the build series below so you can take a look at how I installed every piece and part that I talked about. Just to start with, we'll start with the trailer itself on the bottom. It's an old Harbor Freight trailer. It was red. Of course, I painted it black. And I did do some welding to add some L brackets to do some reinforcement. So again, that's in one of the build videos. I've got brand new tires and wheels that I got from each trailer, and these are the best tires and wheels that you can buy for a trailer like this, and I can drive up to 65 miles an hour with no problem at all. That's what it's rated at. Other than that, this trailer did come with a new light wiring harness, and that was great. I didn't have to buy one of those. Also on the outside, you can see I've got some stabilizer jacks that folds up and down. I've got two in the back, and I just installed two on the front. And again, stabilizer jacks are just what they do exactly what they're named. They just stabilize the camper from swaying after you level it. And I level it by either the front jack here with a wheel on it, or I level it with some leveling blocks under the tires. So I think that takes care of the outside itself. Let's see, the other thing I guess I could talk about on the outside is the stencils that I've got here. I ordered those from Amazon. I can include those two on the list if you just want to take a look at those and maybe get an idea of what you can do from a stencil point of view. It's got the original fenders. I just painted those black also. And all the lights and stuff that I got those from Amazon, and I can put the links there too for all the lights that I'll be talking about. So let's go to the galley, open it up, and see what's in the galley. This latch I got from Vintage Technologies. I'll put the link below there. And this is a sliding bar latch that you can see here, and it slides and it locks into a receptacle here with a hole in it. So no big deal there. From the galley, let's start at the top. I've got some AC receptacles that I can use whenever I got shore power or I'm doing the inverter from a battery, and we'll talk about the electrical a little bit later, more in depth. I've got a switch here for my lights that I've got here in the galley hatch, LED lights. I've got some shelving area on top. Just I keep miscellaneous type stuff. I've got some cabinets here for food stuffs that I've got here. I've got a few 1 pound propane tanks that I can use. I've got some shelving space here. Not quite enough, but I'll tell you what I did in just a minute to kind of extend that. I got 3 drawers here. One of them is to keep some miscellaneous stuff, some some lighters, a level whenever I'm leveling the trailer, things like that. A few pots and pans and cups there. And on the bottom here I got a Coleman stove. And on the under here I was able to fit a little griddle that I can use to cook bacon, make pancakes, things like that. And I've also built a little storage area here. And in the storage area I just got miscellaneous tools and stuff like that to support me while I'm camping. And I got one of those on both sides, and I'll show you that on the other side. On the other side, I initially had a cooler here, but I found out going camping a couple of times that this cooler is just not cutting it. So I did buy a DC 12-volt refrigerator slash freezer. And what I found out is that when I'm traveling, I have it plugged in into a 4Runner. So, and when I take it out, I can just use the power here from the camper, my 12 volts. So I don't really need the space. If I've got the camper set up to camp, I'll just put my refrigerator here. And when I'm traveling, I'll just put it in a 4Runner. And that opens it up for more space here, so I added these drawers here. And the top drawer is for utensils. This one was originally for utensils, but it was just too small, so I've got plenty of room for utensils. I'll probably add some more. And I needed some more countertop space and a cutting board here that I've got just as a prep area, so when I'm cooking, I'm cooking and I can just prep here and cook here. And if you've seen my previous videos, I also have a table in this area here too. So let's take a look here. So I made this so it's also a storage area. And on the inside I've got a pan, a smaller griddle, and I've also got a cast iron pot here and my coffee maker. Plenty of room. I can actually put more in here if I want to. And so I think I made a great decision on doing that, and I think that turned out pretty good. So go ahead and button this up, and then we'll take a look at the front in the tongue box. Okay, here's my tongue box. Again, I got this off of Amazon, and of course I'll link that below in the parts list. And from the outside, I've got some connectors here. I've got a DC connector that is input for a solar panel. This is an AC connector that is input from shore power if I want to charge my battery. This is AC output. So if I don't have shore power and I need AC power, I can get it from a battery through an inverter, a DC to AC inverter, and from here, from this connector to this AC connector, that will give me AC power to the receptacles. This is my DC output for all the DC devices. All my lights are all DC, and I've got a cable that'll run from here, and that's my DC input to the camper. So let's open up the tongue box and see what we have. And in the tongue box, of course, the major component is the LiPo battery itself. This is a sealed LiPo battery, and I'll put a put a link below of what this battery is. I think I got a pretty good deal on it. It was expensive, but this is one of those phosphate batteries. I love it so far. What other components I've got in here? Like I said before, I've got solar power coming in here from a solar panel. This is my solar controller that I use to charge my battery. And then the output of the battery, I've got a connector that goes here that has direct DC output to my camper right from my battery. And if I ever decide I also want AC power, I have a 400 watt inverter here that takes the DC power, inverts it to AC, and outputs it here. And of course I put my connectors on my AC input and my DC input. Other than that, in the tongue box I've got some extension cords. I've got the solar panel wires that I use, things like that. So that's basically that. I don't have a wiring diagram that I can share right now. When I was building this and designing it, I just scribbled it down and in reality I'm probably the only one that can read it, but I am in the future going to have a better looking wiring diagram that I can share, and also in the future it can remind me of exactly how I built this and why I did certain things. So let's go on the inside, and to get on the inside you'll notice I've got some pre-bought or pre-built doors that I bought from Vintage Technologies, and again I'll put that link below. These were probably the most expensive part of the build. I got one door here and of course one door on the other side. And one thing that I will tell you, the first doors that I ordered, they come in bent. I called Vintage Technologies and it was no problem at all to get those replaced. And in reality it only took maybe a week to get the new doors in, so that worked out really well. So let's take a look on the inside. And the first thing you notice is my bedding here. All the bedding, my pillows, my covers, my quilt, my mattress, which is a 6-inch foam memory twin bed mattress. All these come from Amazon, and I will put the link below for that. The main power part of the inside is my electrical switch panel here. This will turn all my lights on that I've got, and this is a switch here that will switch from my primary power, which will come from my battery that was in the tongue box, or a secondary position. I can get DC power where I will convert AC to DC. And again, if I'm at a place where I've got shore power, you know, why use the battery if I could just use shore power and convert my AC to DC. On the front of the interior of the cabin, I got some cubby holes for storage, one on this side and one on that side. I've got some reading lights here. I got a stick-on stencil here for some mountain view to kind of go with the theme that I've got here on the outside. I've got some more stickers I put on the sides here, more mountains. I kind of like mountains, kind of an outdoorsy type look. I've got 3 cabinets here on top. These 2 here are for clothes storage, and here I've got some miscellaneous electronic devices and connectors and stuff like that. And this shelf here that I built is kind of like a catch-all right now for just miscellaneous stuff, and I got to organize that a little bit better. I had mentioned before that if I've got AC power coming in, I can use that as my DC power. And when I plug my AC power in, these power receptacles or AC receptacles become active. So I got a AC to DC converter here, and this cable here from that will plug into here, just a cigarette lighter connectors, and this cable goes all the way around to this switch, and I can select that as my secondary power, and that's DC power that's converted from AC. Also on the top is a fan that I got from Amazon. I forgot the name of the fan. It's not a fantastic fan, but it's still a 12-volt battery fan, and I'll put the link of that below. And also I've got some LCD lights in here too for the interior. So that gives you a good tour of the inside. Let me close that, and I think basically that is it for the major components and what I did. If you've got any questions about any component that maybe I didn't include, or maybe I missed a link of where I got it at, you know, please put that in the comment below. And like I said before, I did have a build series made that's posted on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. So you can refer to that as I am putting these components in. You can refer to that, and if you got any questions about that, you know, please let me know, and I will answer your comments as soon as I possibly can. So that's going to be it for this video. I hope you got some useful information, and please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. I almost forgot. I just wanted to mention that my teardrop that I just showed you, I'll be taking that on my Blade Outdoors Adventure series. camping trip coming up on Veterans Day weekend. So I'll link below a little trailer that I created to give you an idea what the camping trip's about. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll catch you next time.